Welcome back to another episode of Fully Stoked Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Stokes, and I'm here with another amazing, wonderful human being and friend, Angelia James. Angelia and I have been friends for about a year and a half, and she's agreed to come on the podcast. She has a lot to share, so buckle up, get ready. It's going to be an awesome show. First of all, let me explain to you, if you've never watched Fully Stoked Podcast, what we are. We're just a podcast. My husband and I started over a year ago. And then I started interviewing some of my friends. And so they have expertise in all different areas, right? So if they can share their expertise, their knowledge, their skills with other people, then why not? Because everybody has so much value. So I found that a lot of women are willing to share and want to share. And so that's what we do now. Yeah, Cody's going to be coming out with a chef and restaurateur podcast very soon. So keep your eye out for that. I by day am Sarah Stokes Home Loans. I do mortgage financing for people when they want to purchase a home, when they want to refinance, home equity lines of credit, anything having to do with a mortgage. But what I really like to do is connect people to experts in their area. And Angelia, you have so many areas of expertise. You are not only Angelia's Accounting Services, you're the owner, founder, and of Angelia's. You're also a coach,
yes,
basketball coach, and leader in the community. And she's actually dabbling in some politics too. So we have so much to talk about. I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you.
Welcome. Glad you're here. So I am sure everybody, Angelia, wants to know a little bit about you. Like maybe if you want to tell us how you came to open Angelia's Accounting Services. How did that happen?
Thank you for the question, Sarah. And
Yes.
thank you so much for having me here on Fully Stoked.
Yes.
Angelia's Account Service, how did it come about? I did a business plan in 1997 at South Piedmont Community College. It was Anson Community College at the time.
Wow.
And never forget, did the business plan, wrote it out 1997. Let that sink in. And God brought it to fruition.
Wow.
2010. August of 2010. I used to work for Union County Finance and Public Works Department. Worked there for 10 years. Did accounts payables, accounts receivables, inventories, and all that stuff. And also worked with an accounting firm and got my foot wet, saw some things how to do things and operate just the accounting world.
Yeah.
And then that's the advice I give to students and stuff like that. If there's a field or trade you want to go into, try to job shadow, try to internship with that. And then see if that's a career path that you want to go down. Because you want it to be a career, not a job.
That's right.
Because there's a difference.
That's great advice, actually. I was just thinking, because if you're going to shadow, you're going to want some hands-on experience. So I'm sure, if a young person wanted to shadow me, for example, I might be able to even get a little help, right? So that's the positive for mentees like us. If we wanted someone to mentor, if we wanted a young person to come and shadow, they could do, filing or whatever, administrative type work. That's a really good idea.
Yes.
I love that. Okay. Have you seen some common financial mistakes that people typically make? Maybe by spending all their money?
I think with tax preparation, because that's what I specialize in, people got to understand their money. They have to understand how the tax law works, where to invest your money, where to save your money, where to spend your money. And looking at tax preparation, you got to know your tax liability.
Okay.
You got to know if you're going to owe the government money or if you're going to receive money at the end of the year.
Okay.
And usually what I try to tell my clients, June is a good time for you to look at your budget again and say, okay, where am I at? Look at your W-2s and see how much taxes you have taken out. See if that's enough. If that's not enough, then during that time, you can go back to your HR department and say, hey, I need to change my withholdings. So that'll be a great time in June.
That's super smart. I wish I would have done that a couple of years back. I'm still paying that off, the money that I owe the government. But I'm doing it. I'm just doing, I was just like, I wish I would have withheld more, I guess. Right. I didn't, but that's okay.
It's okay.
That's good advice. Well, what advice would you give entrepreneurs or small business owners trying to manage their own finances?
That's a good thing. If you're not good at it, hire somebody to do it for you. That's what I would tell them to do. That would be the best advice because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. As an entrepreneur, you got to stay in your lane. What do you do well? What are you good at? And if you don't, then it's okay to
Yeah.
have somebody help you.
Yeah. Well, I want to skip down to the servant leadership and youth mentorship because I feel like we're kind of moving in that direction. So you have a passion for service and you do that in many ways, but one of the biggest ways that I see is your basketball coaching. And you've been a coach at lots of places for many years, right?
Yeah. I'm coming up on 19 years. I've been coaching women 16 years and then been coaching boys for 2 years. It's been an amazing journey. I use this platform to teach life lessons
Yes.
through the game of basketball.
She does.
Because at the end of the day, the ball gonna stop bouncing, and you got to ask yourself, who are you at the end of the day? And that's what you got to figure out. So, so this platform God truly has blessed me with. That's how I use it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. I think if you can do anything, whatever God puts before you, whatever job it is that you have, if you could glorify Him, right? Then, like wherever you are, if I'm doing mortgages, which doesn't sound very rock starish, doesn't sound very exciting, you know, not like mentoring students and basketball teams and going to games and yelling, and it's fun, right? That sounds way more fun. But if I can do the best that I can do at my job, then you know, it's what God has me doing. And I do think God has given you a platform with young people, certainly for 19 years. Wow. That's pretty
19
cool.
Coming up, yes.
That is pretty cool. Let's see. Okay. So it is a leadership and it is a life skills platform. And I know that you teach the life skills, not just basketball, but in the community. You have a Facebook page and Instagram page also. Servant Leader, Angelia James, Servant Leader. So check her out on both Facebook and Instagram, and she's got great content, and she's actually doing some pretty cool things coming up in the future. So you're going to want to find her. And that leads us to really, why did Angelia James decide to run for Monroe City Council?
Thank you for the question. Well, I run for Monroe City Council. Again, I'm a servant leader. I serve the community, and that's what it's about. Talking to individuals, and then just my heart for what I do. It's just time to have leaders out there that's going to do what's right for all the people of City of Monroe. And that's where my heart lies, making sure that everyone has a voice.
Oh, that's beautiful. You pretty much answered all of my questions in that one beautiful statement. Do you see any issues? Like, what are the biggest issues that Monroe is facing right now?
I think what we're facing right now, I think it's the unity, bringing people together.
That's good, yeah.
Bringing people together to understand that we're all here working for the same goal. Yeah. We're better together. We have more in common than we do different. Yeah. And if we can sit down and have discussions and know that we agree to disagree, that's the biggest key. Having conversations, communicate with one another, and that's it.
It's really good.
So, yeah.
You have a very calm way about you, Angelia. So I feel like you would be really good in that role.
Thank you.
I think you could bring everybody to the table, and no matter what the differences are, you know, see a different point of view. Yeah, yes. That's the goal. That's awesome. And so that's really what you hope to accomplish.
Correct.
If elected, you will be elected.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't live in Monroe, but if I did, I would vote for you. So how does that work? So you have to live in the city proper, or can you live as long as your address is Monroe, or does it have to be like in the city limits?
So the question is, you have to live in the city limits of Monroe.
Okay.
And usually how you able to know that is, do you get utilities at the city of Monroe? That's a big key. But then there's some other factors as well that I have learned too, that you can live. You don't have to have utilities with the city of Monroe, but you have city services with the city of Monroe, and you're in the city of Monroe. I found that out. I was like, that was pretty interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So for the most part, you probably know if you're in the city of Monroe.
Correct.
Like if they're in Unionville, they have a Monroe address, but they're not using city utilities. Correct. So it would have to be like right around the Monroe. Okay, that's awesome. And then what has campaigning taught you about people and leadership? A bunch, I bet.
Yes, it has. Well, again, it's not my first rodeo. Been down this road before.
Yeah.
So campaigning, it just come natural to me. I love people. I'm real. I'm transparent. I'm honest. That's how I deal with it. Just meet people where they at. Have conversations with people. Have an understanding. Have a listening ear, but be active.
Yeah.
Have a solution.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All of that makes me want to vote for you even more. So I do have a question. Have you noticed that people can be nasty?
Yes, they can be. Yeah. But again, with that, you can only control what you can control, and that's your character, and that's who you are.
Right.
So you can't let bad influences affect who you are at the end of the day. As I say, kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
Treat them with love.
Right.
So
Just keep doing the right thing, right?
that's it. That's
If
correct.
you're doing the right thing and they're too busy being nasty, you just keep doing you.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what kind of lessons do you teach? It's beyond basketball. It's beyond the life skills you teach your students, because you've now moved into the realm. And by the way, she did run for mayor
Yes.
Back in 2023.
23 years.
So she's got lots of campaigning experience. And
Correct.
she's been through the whole thing before, so she knows exactly how that goes. But all of these experiences in your life just enrich you, right? They make you, they give you wisdom.
Correct.
The bottom line,
Yes.
experiences, failures, and successes, they all come together and they just make you a wise person. So you can drop that on the students that you're working with, but also now with the adults that
Yeah.
you're working with and that you're leading in as you run for Monroe City Council, which the election date is
November the 3rd.
2026. So if
Correct.
you're watching this in 2026, it's a few months out. If you live in the Monroe area, check out her Facebook, Instagram pages, learn more about Angelia and what she stands for. They're all really good things. All of this unity, come on, that's perfect, right? And then just your wisdom. I think just dropping your wisdom nuggets and ouch. So what kind of things do you teach beyond basketball when you're coaching and maybe in the community? Like what kinds of, you said unity, you want to bring people together for unity, but like, I guess a way to be unified maybe, and you lead by example, right? So
Yes.
you can sit down with anybody.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And also just looking at I know people talk about the utilities are high in the city of Monroe. To look at that, the safeness of the community, policing the community, things like that, activities for the youth, that's important. Looking at seniors, what are their interests and stuff like that. We can't leave them out. They are the veterans of our community, so we got to make sure that they're taken care of as well.
That's right. Yeah.
There's a lot.
That is it the center,
Bazemore Center.
what do you call it? The elder.
It's the Bazemore Center.
The Bazemore Center's in Monroe. I've not been inside, but I hear it is amazing.
It is amazing.
It's beautiful. And
Yes.
how old do you have to be to get in?
50.
So can I? Oh, I'm almost there.
Yeah, I got one more year. Yeah.
50?
50.
What if I get a fake ID?
No,
Could I get in?
we don't want no fake ID.
Okay, fine. I'm looking forward to getting in. I got 2 more years. Oh, okay, a year and a half. I'm 48. I'm not quite 49. Yeah. So yes, but you were talking about youth. So
Yes.
And safety. So let's talk more about the youth. What kinds of things are you seeing that young people are facing nowadays that maybe they weren't when we were young? I mean, we're still young, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're their age.
Social media. It's a
Yes.
big one. We didn't have the distractions that the youth has now. We went outside, we played, we didn't have these cell phones, we didn't have this social media accounts and stuff, and kids comparing themselves to one another.
Yep.
And things like that. It's me versus me. If you take anything away from this youth, that's what you got to understand. It's me versus me. You have to look at yourself and say, what can I do different? You can't compare yourself to someone else because your journey is different. Small testimony. My son, oldest one, he went to his dream was to go to Chapel Hill. His path was different in the beginning. He went to University of Pikeville for 2 years on a football scholarship. The mom coming home, I said, well, you're going to have to figure it out. We're going to do something because you got to do something with your life. He ended up going to South Piedmont Community College. He got an associate degree. During that time, he applied at Chapel Hill, got in,
Wow.
walked onto the football team, graduated in 2018.
Are you serious?
That's a prime testimony. Just say it's not where you start, but it's where you end it. And look, everybody's journey is different. Stay the course, trust the process, and believe what God has for you is for you.
Okay, Angelia, that is so cool. I didn't know that about your son. I didn't know that. So tell them this unique and interesting fact about you.
All right. So for me, graduated Forest Hills, 1995, but I got pregnant my senior year. Didn't run track my senior year. The 3 years that I put in, freshman, sophomore, and junior year of high school, earned me a track scholarship to go to the best track in Raleigh, which was St. Augustine, to run track. So that's why I always encourage young women to say, your circumstance or having kids is not the end of the world. have a support system, be dedicated, be motivated, and know that your life is worth living and it's worth having. So just set yourself some goals and make sure those goals come to fruition. And how you do that, you take time focusing on you.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
So same thing. Her son ended up going to play football at Carolina.
Yes.
Wow. And you got a scholarship to college. That's amazing.
Yes.
Just very cool stories.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
You
I bet
can.
if you were my mom, I bet right? Because you're very encouraging. I bet you told them all the time. You were like, go ahead. You need to fill out the application to Carolina if that's where you want to go. You know what I mean? I bet he was inspired by your life also.
Yeah. He was self-motivated. It's something he did. And
that's great.
And that's what we teach him, right?
Yeah.
With our youngest, when we teach him to be an entrepreneur, right?
Oh,
work for yourself. Be your own boss. Have your own flexibility. Make your own schedule. You don't want nobody telling you what to do, then guess what? Be an entrepreneur.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the me versus me mindset. That is great. Let's dig into that a little bit. How did that scholarship shape your mindset about work and discipline?
It was amazing because, again, the work that I put in for 3 years, and to be honest, I didn't even think I was going to college. It wasn't even on my mind. My goal was to go to the Olympics. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to the Olympics.
So great.
And but as you know, when you have somebody working on your behalf, right?
Yes.
And don't even know to this day how all this transpired, but I know God is in the mix of all. But just having people surrounded by you saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself. And that's the thing, as coaches and mentors and leaders, we see something in you that you don't see in yourself. And this is what you got to understand. If we're pushing you, we see something in you and we want the best out of you. Don't buck it, embrace it, and see what the end could be for you.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. What can you tell young people who compare themselves to others, like on social media?
Yes.
Or like, what can you tell them? Yeah.
The advice I give my own son, the work that you put in gonna show. At the end of the day, the work that you put in gonna show. You can't get caught up in, oh, I don't have a scholarship, or this person have a scholarship, this person got likes, or this person got views. You can't get caught up in all that. You have to stay the course. You have to put in the work, focus on your journey. But again, as I said before, write a vision plan. Ask yourself where you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, and chip off it every day, every second, and see those goals come to pass.
So how can you suggest that people stay focused on their goals? They revisit, like you said, in June, revisit your financial situation.
Yeah.
So how can they do that? Like, what are some practical steps to revisiting your goals? Just reviewing them yearly or every 6 months?
Monthly.
Yeah.
Is a good practice to do. Have them where you can see them.
Okay.
Visible. So you're seeing them every day, right? And then as you're doing your devotion and as you're spending your time with God and stuff like that, just take that time and really embrace you. Again, that goes to self-care, self-maintenance. That's very important to me in this stage. And it's been important, but I've been very intentional now with it, where I take out time with devotion, take out time eating right, take out time exercising, take out time resting, take out time spending with family, spending with friends. It's about having a balance. And in anything you do, you got to have a balance with it, because anything that's too good or too bad is not good for you anyway, right? So therefore, you have to have a balance. Set a time, put it in your calendar. I tell people, it ain't in my calendar. I might not do it. I might forget it.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. So be intentional about taking care of you, because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of you, then you can't take care of anybody else.
Yeah. Now, you've been quite the advocate for me to take some downtime.
Yes.
And you're right. I mean, you really are. And Kristen, our friend Kristen, you're always telling us, slow down.
Yeah.
Right. You're very right about that. So I'm going to put it in my calendar. I'm going to just block some rest time. Next week, I think I might take the whole week.
Yeah.
I'm still going to do my job, but I'm going to just try to take a break from a lot of things. And this is a pretty heavy week for me. Leah came in just a little bit ago and was doing some coaching with me, and she was telling me how to slow down a little bit. And she's right, though. She's got really good points. I don't know, Angelia. I see you maybe as being a life coach later on for adults. I mean, because you do it with kids right now, and then you're running for city council, so you're going to be leading the community in a more general wide way,
Yes.
but you also are with the kids. So it feels like us adults need some of your time too. Okay.
Right. I got you.
You
I
can
got
coach us maybe after your city council, and that's for 4 years, right?
Yes, right. Yes, for
Okay,
4
so
years.
I can wait 4 years. Then you can become a coach. I love that. You have really good ideas. So tell us a little bit more about this vision plan. So you tell young people to get themselves a vision plan. What does that mean? What does it look like?
So what I tell them is, so when I was younger, my dad, and that's who I lived with when I came to North Carolina from South Carolina. And this is another story. So it was 5 of us. And of course, he needed help from just different people's social services and all that to help with 5 kids. So we would rub his feet because he was a diabetic, and he would give us money. So one year I saved all my money, and I was able to get my own school clothes. You see what I'm saying? So it's a mindset, right? You have to have a make up mind and say, hey, what's for me is for me. And my mentality is, if I start something, I'm gonna finish it. And so when I came back after I left Raleigh, got my associate's degree at South Piedmont Community College, then went through the GOLD program, which was Gardner Well. The professors came down to South Piedmont and taught us.
Awesome.
So I was able to get my associate degree. Working a third shift job at Tyson,
Wow.
right? Then taking my son to school sometime, right? And going to college.
Wow.
So again,
A lot.
it's a support, it's a mindset, it's perseverance, it's resilience, it's dedication. Again, so with this vision, you have to say, okay, what do I want out of life? You always want to be better than your parents. That's the goal, because you want to leave a legacy at the end of the day
Yes.
for your kids to come, right? Just take it baby steps. Like, so every year I do a vision board and put on there of things that I want to accomplish, things that I know that's coming to fruition
Yes.
later down the road, and that's it. So for students, right? If you're in high school, do you want to go to college? Do you want to do a trade? Like, how do you see your life? Do you want to be married? Do you want to have kids? Those questions you got to ask. The person you with, are y'all compatible? It's a funny story. Hopefully my son don't mind me this, but his girlfriend, right? She asked him, do you like to travel? Because if you don't like to travel, maybe she might not be with you. You see what I'm saying? So that was
Valid question.
That was a great question.
Yes.
I'm like, I commend her for
She's
that.
thinking long term.
You see what I'm saying? So I love that. Didn't have that early, right? It wasn't thinking that way. So when you know better, you do better, as they
That's
say.
right. That's
So,
right. And so a vision plan could be a vision board, right? And you could, and I don't have one this year, but you could even put it on your wall whenever
Yes.
you have your devotionals. I heard you saying that.
Mhm.
And that is how you could check in with your goals too.
That's it.
So that's a visual way to check in with your goals.
Yes.
I love it. Setting goals. And so I set my goals separately from my vision board. I don't think I've done my vision board this year. I need to do that. It could be what is it called where you put lots of things on one, collage. It could be a collage,
Yes.
take images from magazines. Is that
Yes.
kind of what you're thinking? Same
Yeah,
thing?
you can do that, or you can just write it down. Get you a notebook and journal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, in January, this is what I want to have. February, this is what I want to have.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You could be very detailed. It's up to you.
But you got to do something, because it's me versus me.
That's right.
I'm the only
Me
person
versus
holding
me.
me back.
That's
I'm
it.
the only person pushing me forward. So yes, those are all really good advice. Okay. So, why is it important to invest in yourself? You said for legacy, I guess, for
Yes.
your family,
Correct.
planning for your future.
Yes.
And then now, when we get to the point where we feel like we've become somewhat successful, we've been doing our vision plans for many years or whatever, and we are at a place financially where we can help the community,
Correct.
which is where you are.
Yes.
Okay, she's giving back to the community at this point because she's running for city council. How can the rest of us that are not equipped to run for public office, do you think we can give back to the community?
Great question. How can you give back? Show up, communicate to us. What do you see? Because we can't be everywhere. You live in your community, your neighborhood, and you know what's best for your community. We don't. At city council, we sitting there making the decisions for you, but we're not there. So that's why I'm boots on the ground. I go to communities. I ask questions. I attend events. I see what's going on. But then again, you are the voice. Show up for city council meetings. Get on committees. That's how you get involved. Get involved in what's going on in your city. There's a citizens academy that the city of Monroe have, where you can visit every department and find out what's going on in that department.
Really?
It's just a great opportunity.
Citizens Academy?
Yes, great
Nice.
opportunity.
I wonder if most communities have that, or is that something really specific to Monroe, you think?
I would think most of them would have, but I'm not sure. And the funny thing is, I did that in 2010 and then got elected in 2019 in city council.
Oh, so you've done city council before too?
Yeah, I was on in 2019.
Wow. That's pretty cool too. All right, so a couple more questions here I have for you. Like, when people are feeling overwhelmed,
Mm.
okay, how can they do that check-in and get back? I think you were talking about like scheduling on your calendar, scheduling time off. I'm going to do that next week. Any other words of advice? Because you're always giving me and Kristen words of advice about slowing down and taking time.
So when you feel overwhelmed, step back. You gotta know what's important to you. Family is first. Family is first.
That's right.
You can't prioritize too much into your day. You got 24 hours a day. Use it wisely. You see what I'm saying? Have a time where, okay, I'm doing this. And for me, to slow me down so I won't be overwhelmed. 3 events, probably a day. 4 is pushing it, but that's a limit for me. Other than that, no is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
And it's okay to say no.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can't be everywhere.
That's right.
You just cannot. So that's how you do it. That's what helps me.
Okay. Thank you for that. What's the best leadership advice you've ever received?
Lead by example. You have to be a follower first before you can be a leader. So therefore, how can you lead if you hadn't followed before?
Good. What is one habit that has changed your life?
A habit, being consistent. Sticking to what I say I'm going to do. Being dependable. Being reliable. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Being accessible. Being easy to talk to. Being approachable. Because people, if they want to have conversation with you, you have to be approachable and stay consistent. Communication is the big key for me, though. You got to communicate.
What does servant leadership mean to you?
Just serving your community. That's important to me. Not only your community, but serving yourself, serving your family, serving your friends. Just giving a helping hand wherever you can. That's truly what I truly believe in.
And one thing you wish every young person knew?
Invest in yourself.
That's true.
Invest in yourself. As I did at Career Day for Rocky River Uni Academy, I told those students, investment versus savings account is big. Didn't know anything about investment, right? At a young age. And some of the kids didn't even know. And it was a good story. I was in the community at a basketball game and a parent came up to me and said, "Hey, my daughter told me open up an investment account." I said, "That's right." I said, because by the time she's my age, she should be a millionaire or billionaire. So she can be a giver. That's what I told them. Be a giver, invest, save, spend little.
It's good. Yeah. It's good. Start young. Yeah,
yes.
That's very good. And you were at Rocky River and that was Career Day. So you would just speak to the kids and talk about your career?
Yeah, so at Rocky River, there was a table, it's a bunch of entrepreneurs there, and the kids go around and you talk about your career. It was amazing. And that was one of my points that I talked about, just budgeting, saving, and investing. And then when I went to Uni Academy, it was the middle school age. They come in and you just talk about life lessons and you just give them advice on your entrepreneurship. Okay. And that's basically what I did there too.
Okay. All right. So somebody wanted to get in touch with you about doing like a career day or something like that. They could just reach out to you and I'll include the contact information and social media is a good way to get in touch with her too.
Yes.
All right. Last one. This is a big one. What keeps you fully stoked about life?
Oh man, my faith in Jesus Christ.
That's right.
He's my all. Without him, none of this or nothing would be possible. So that's what keeps me going.
That is awesome. Yeah. That's the same. Yeah. Yes, my faith in Jesus Christ. I love it. Well, Angelia, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited for this one to go out. I think we are in March. It'll probably be the beginning of June. Okay. And I know you've got some good things coming up. If she's still working out some details on the book, but we'll let you know when that one is published. And we're excited to see where everything leads you in the future. Follow her on Instagram, Facebook. She's got email that I will be providing. Anyway, until the next time, guys. See you next time. Thank you.